Hi, guys. This is your girl, Lisa Baxter. And I want to talk to you today about something. One of my friends, my coworkers, who dealt with drug programs and stuff like that, he had this great book that talks about your mind, your body, you know, your mind, your body, and spirit. And, how somebody that's dealing with drugs, um, dealing with drugs um, can get themselves together. He have different segments of this, but he gave me one of them, and this was the one he gave me. He said, I think you can really use this. So I said, wow, I would like to talk about this a little bit. So I am going to talk about it a little bit with you. Okay, and it's called encouraging your mind, encouraging your body, and encouraging your spirit. All right, one of the things I like what this is saying, it says some people choose hobbies, okay, while others are interested in self improvement, right? You got many activities that your mind, you can engage with your mind, learning about things you already like or things about you already doing, maybe taking a class, reading, working on a puzzle. That's an example of, doing that kind of thing. But these activities that we're going to talk about can be fun. It can be challenging as well. Okay, so what I'll say is, all right, these are some of the things that you can enhance your mind also. So doing a crossword puzzle, a jigsaw puzzle, attending a lecture. You'd be surprised what you like or what you could try that you never tried before. You know. All right, maybe poetry or sculpture. I know when I do arts and crafts, it makes me relax. It makes me think. It makes me want to do different things. You know what I mean? It just gives me a little peace. All right. You could write. I write books and stuff too. You know what I mean? Play music. Oh, I love music. I can clean the whole house when I'm playing music, and it just put me in another place. You know what I mean? Sometimes even my, things I like to look at and watch. Sing. I love to sing too. I used to take lessons in singing. I used to play an instrument. Community theater. I love anything to do with acting and performing. I did that professionally before. Photography, you know, woodworking, carpentry, building models, restoring things, things that might have been broken, and you could glue it together, nail it together. Do what you got to do to glue it together. Learning a new language, taking a class, self improvement, improve yourself. I need my glasses are scratched up. These are my reading glasses, and they started splitting. So I said, well, I'm going to have to do that. I'm trying to get the doctors in them to fix my mouth. I'm used to smiling. I'm used to having partials down here. They won't fit. So excuse me, I'm working on that. You know what I mean? But no doctor will want to take me right now because my mouth is swollen, and then I had a transplant. So there's special things you have to do when, so that's going to be my improvement. New glasses, a nice mouth, you know what I mean? And every summer I usually try to, I usually lose a few pounds whether I want to or not because you don't eat as much. So, there's a lot, so many ways to improve yourself. You know what I mean? I want to learn more technical stuff so I don't have to pay somebody every time or ask somebody and they don't want to be bothered. So learn something new is always good. Sewing, knitting, crocheting. I love that. That is very relaxing too. And it's nice when you can make something for yourself, make something for other people, and they love it and like it, they can fit it. Right? So keep your mind sharp. I like to read the Bible. I like to read books. I don't read much like I used to. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it'll make me sleepy or tired or start bothering my eyes, and I miss that. But nowadays, they even got books that talk to you, or that's recorded. Because I know they do that for blind people as well, and for people that sight have sight challenges. I don't really say the other thing. All right, encouraging your body, right? So you want to encourage your body too. Body needs encouragement. There are A lot of things you can do to encourage your body. For an example, simple exercise can be done almost everywhere and without cost. A walk don't cost nothing. You know what I mean? If you won't or can't go to a gym, I remember with the pandemic, you could just walk up and down your steps or keep walking around the apartment a couple of times to, get your exercise and your cardiovascular going, get your circulation, get it moving, you know, keep your body engaged every day in a good. It's good for your physical health, and it regulates your physical activities. Can improve your mood and help you sleep better. So if you get enough activities, you can sleep better. You may be a little nicer. I know I'm cranky when I don't eat or eat on time, and I'm cranky when I don't get enough sleep. You can always tell. Nah, nah, nah. So activities that improve your body includes exercise and healthy eating. Playing sports, lifting weights, learning to cook, or all ways to all ways that you can focus on your body, because a lot of times we eat out and sometimes you don't know what's in it. You know what I mean? Or some things you might be allergic to. Not there's nothing wrong with eating out, because I love to eat. I ate out tonight. All right, I brought it home rather. But I'm just saying, when you're cooking for yourself or you're trying to lose weight or change things. I know when I was 214 pounds, I ate differently so I could, the weight fell off. Even without a special diet, I made it like a way of living instead. You know what I mean? And I walked because I liked walking. I used to jog because I liked that. Run because I used to be running in high school and things like that. Raced my husband, all kind of stuff. Played basketball in high school, and I played basketball a little bit as an adult. You know, so even watching sports, but doing sports is good. And here are some examples that you can do to help the body. You got basketball, you got baseball, softball, football, soccer, hockey, volleyball. Oh, I like volleyball too. All right. Exercising, it says running, jogging, golf. Golf wasn't bad. Water sports, that could be fun. Just don't drown. You know what I mean? They hit me, and I was, I was on my honeymoon, and we were playing the volleyball thing. And when they hit me, my hand to block the ball, it felt like all of those nails I had on. I had my own nails, but when I had those nails on, it was like they killed me. It hurt. Skating, skiing, snowboarding, swimming, yoga, frisbee, boxing, walking, fishing, mountain rock climbing, hiking. I tried the skiing thing. I hit a building. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I still have thoughts on that. And I was I was turning 30, and I was just being daring, going ice skating and skiing. I was a group counselor at the time with teenagers. Shondo. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Bicycling. I missed that. Gardening and yard work. I used to do that with my dad. You know what I mean? And I used to have plants in the house. Missed that. Had a green thumb. Don't know that under that thumb. Sometimes it comes up good. All right. Gardening. Oh, tennis, cooking, weightlifting again, tai chi, tai chi, and dance. Tai chi like easy stuff. You feel you move nice and slow and stuff like that. All right. Now, hmm, all right. Engaging and engaging my spirit. So it's engaging and encouraging your spirit, engaging and encouraging your body, engaging and encouraging your mind. All right. Community groups engage with others in community provides many people in a sense of purpose. Volunteering for a local organization or charity or joining a social clubs are example of a community group to consider. These kind of activities allow you to and meet people with shared interests. So I volunteer too. I volunteer in the hospital. I volunteer at dialysis centers. I do public speaking. I do book signings and give my book away and donate it in different places and stuff like that. And I'm not scared to do it. I love doing that kind of stuff. I teach religious studies in a juvenile justice center. So, it keeps you busy and makes you feel good to make somebody else feel good. You know what I'm saying? And it keeps you out of trouble. It keeps you focused and grounded. You know what I mean? You got individuals. Some people spend time they doing personal activities that help them to energize their spirit. They may practice yoga, meditation, deep breathing, deep breathing exercises, taking a break from technology. I didn't know how tired you could be doing Facebook and all that stuff every day because I post jobs and I post workshops and I post all kind of stuff all the time. And I didn't know when you do it so much and so many and do it more than once a day sometimes, you could be tired and just like had it because then you reading stuff on there, trying to encourage people as well, finding out people's needs and even doing that on a full-time job. Sometimes you don't want to see the laptop, the computer, nothing personal, nothing. So sometimes that's very helpful to your, I guess, your psyche, your, whatever, your mind, the whole thing, your whole body. All right. But yeah, so technology and yeah, try to enjoy nature. You know what I mean? You can even write in the journal. A lot of times when you can't express your feelings and like say it, because some people go somewhere and scream and holler and talk and do all kind of stuff. But sometimes when you write stuff down, it comes out of your mind. It makes you feel a whole lot better because it might be a plan that you want to do or trying to do or something you just want to get out of you. You don't want to think about it anymore or deal with it anymore or just feel like writing it down. Faith communities, some people find meaning in a religious or faith based group. Being a part of a faith community can mhm, provide comfort and a sense of meaning and belonging. Some faith communities also engage in group volunteering activities or other acts of community service. We feed the homeless at my church. We also do all kind of things. We have food, where you can come and get the food. We give away clothes, canned goods, you know, all kind of stuff. I was teaching some classes there for driver's ed, and everything is free. You know what I mean? You come and get it. I did social work inside of the church. People would come, and whatever their needs were, I was able to give them a referral. So, and that feels good as well, and that encourages a well. 4 strategies for success. This is what they're saying. 4 strategies for success of choosing healthy leisure activities. Okay, you can use positive self-talk. You could use coaching yourself. You could use change your location. Sometimes you feel better when, like, I'm one of the people that like to move the house around. I can't do that anymore because of my health. You know what I mean? I used to, when I felt like something different, I had to move the house around. Or if I felt like something different, I moved to somewhere else in the house. I'm tired of the bedroom, I go to the living room. Tired of the living room, I go in the kitchen. Go, some other parts of the house. If I had to go in the hallway, I'd go if I had to go. You know what I mean? And even when I lived in a house or an apartment, so some people change their location by moving and they felt better in this neighborhood or area than they felt in others. So whatever that is for you, and reaching out means a lot too. You know, who you want to be with, who you want to hang out with, who can you hang out with, who's not busy. You know what I mean, and who you could just be with, and that you both feel good and happy at the same time about it. Okay, let me see. Many of us have good intentions for using our time more productively or responsibly. You know, I know sometimes when I'm doing something, uh, maybe eating something that's not so healthy, or working 12 hours when I should only be working the normal 8 and going beyond and overwhelming myself. You could do a whole lot of harmful things. So you say, let me go visit a family member. Let me go lay down. Let me go watch my favorite program or movie. Let me call so and so. Let me see if so and so want to go out or go out the weekend or go out tonight. You know, because all kind of stuff uh, have you doing different things. You know what I mean? You don't have to be always have to be the one using drugs. It could be. I had one thing in our office that talks about gambling problems. So people that have gambling problems or over excessive buying things or eating, anything can get you in trouble. Trust me. Anything you could be. Anything. And I eat my feelings, so I know how that is to eat the feelings and stuff. But that's my difficulty, and that's the thing I keep under control. These are little tips to keep whatever you want to keep under control, or keep you busy from doing anything that you be regret later, or wish you didn't, or want to try something else. All right. Let me see where I'm gonna go with this. Sometimes I use positive self-talk. I have to encourage myself sometimes. I say, Lisa, relax. Lisa, calm down. Lisa, let's, because things come in your head. I'm bored. I'm uninterested in doing this. I want to do something else. And sometimes you really do. You want to do something else, so do something else. You know what I mean? As you work on making positive behavior change, include choosing healthy ways to spend your leisure time. You may experience uncomfortable feelings such as boredom or anxiety. Now, God knows I've had anxiety. Now, I've lived by myself 12 years before I got married. I was married 23 years. You know what I mean? But sometime when I live with myself, even when I was staying with my sister and I'd be in the bedroom upstairs, sometimes fear grip you or kind of some kind of crazy stuff. You had to talk to yourself and calm yourself down. Don't go there, kind of thing. So sometimes I'll start missing my husband or I miss my siblings that pass away. And sometimes I'll try to think of something good or something positive. And sometimes your head is just crowded and you want to, move the negative stuff. So sometimes you have to think of something else or think about what's going right in your life, what's going good in your life. Think about that. You know what I mean? I got a new apartment. You know what I mean? I'm getting physical therapy for my body. My new kidney is still working, almost 6 years old. You just gotta, God is good to me, you know, because stuff creep in, and you just don't want or need that. So if it's saying, I used to have low self-esteem. So you're too fat. You got glasses. You blind. Nobody wants you this and that. And one day I felt the love of God. I felt beautiful. You know what I mean? I felt stronger, and I felt something. Sometimes I can't believe when I went I went to a banquet or something, and they was talking about this woman. I said, God, I want to meet this lady. Who in the world? I said, wow, I'm looking at my husband because I was tired. I had dialysis. And I wanted to go home, and I had a good time. And I was there long enough. And I'm like, honey, let's go. He said, honey, just 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. But all this time they were talking about me, and not to toot my own horn, but I really wanted to meet this woman. So sometimes you do not see yourself the way other people see you, and sometimes you just got to remember the good. You know what I mean? So if you're uncomfortable with something, think about something good. Maybe something somebody said or did for you, or something you might have did or said to yourself. Like, I'm going to take myself out to dinner. Sometimes I do that. I say, oh, Lisa, you want to girl? I'm going to take you out. Where you want to go? Whatever restaurant you pick, we go. You know what I mean? Because sometimes nobody's available to go. So I go to the beach. I go any and everywhere, fly. I love waiting for my family and friends, but sometimes they're just busy or doing other things, or they can't get off, whatever the problem is or the thing is. And I've been itching because ever since the pandemic, I have not flown nowhere, and that is getting on my nerves. And now you're talking about closing beaches and stuff in New York, where some of the beaches I go to, I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I was looking forward to that. It's a tranquil moment. I love water. I love swimming. And I like to I like, sitting on porches and stuff like that. And, come on. Come on here. You got to do what works for you. Coach yourself. Okay. Strategies that help you prepare and rehearse positive thoughts ahead of time before anxiety jump in, or before trying a new activity. Okay, you never been to this place before. You say, okay, I'm going so and so. Okay, I love bowling, but if I never been to bowling, say I'm going bowling. Okay, I probably need to dress a certain way to go bowling. Be comfortable. I'm picking up this ball. You know what I mean? So it tells you to prepare for wherever you're going that's new and different. Maybe it's a place you never tried or a place you never wanted to try, and you say, well, I'm going to try it this time. A good, nice place. But wherever you're going, just prepare yourself. It's saying this strategy is like being your own thinking coach. If there is an activity that you would like to try, run it through your mind, and how you could do it successful. So I be thinking about that when I'm going to work in the morning. I say, okay, I got my clothes out. You know where the shower stuff is at. I mean, I put everything out, so I know 10 minutes is this, 15 minutes is that. People are coming at this time. I need to be downstairs, get in the elevator, push that walk. I call it the chariot. All of this stuff. What I'm going to eat, what I'm going to have for lunch, preparing the meal to take, all of this stuff. I try to do that ahead of time. And sometimes you forget something anyway, and you laugh at yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? And sometimes when other people laugh at you, at least they're laughing with you. When they're laughing at you, maybe a different story. All right? Change your location. A change, a change of scenery can make a big difference in your mood, mhm, in thinking and behavior. Like I told you, that beach calmed me down. Oh boy, don't let me have no music with me. Don't let me be either full already or brought something to eat with me or snack on. I started looking at that water. You can't tell me nothing. Boy, looking at that water, catching that breeze and that air. I might even go in the water, get a little wet, look to dry off, make sure I put my sun stuff on because with a transplant they don't want you to get cancer or nothing from the sun, even though they want you to have vitamin D, don't go overboard. With it, you always got to be covered. So, you know, so I wanted you to, but yeah, doing things in a new place, you know, you never know. Reading in a library or going to a coffee shop, making the activity more interesting. You know what I mean? I guess get excited about it a little bit. Ooh, I'm going on vacation. Sometimes the local vacations or those weekend vacations can be just as good or important. You know what I mean? Or to a new park. You always went to that park over there. Go to a park in a new borough or across town or some other place, some other avenue or boulevard or street or road. Try it. Even when you go somewhere. I try to learn a whole lot when I travel, whether it be to London or England or Paris or, California, Florida, Anguilla, you know. So let me see now. Reading a book in my room can get boring. Discussing a book with other people can make it more interesting. I think that's why they form those book clubs and stuff like that. People sit around together and you discuss a book and you say, well, I like this part, I like that part. This one was wrong or that was terrible. What you think they was thinking when they wrote it? All kind of stuff. So y'all just get there and y'all start talking, and it becomes fun. Don't be laughing, talking, snacking, and all of that, and y'all start laughing about it and everything. Well, how did it make you feel? It made me laugh. It made me cry. It made me mad. It made me want to do the same thing. So you got to do these things. So change your location. A lot of things change the atmosphere. I know with church and stuff, a lot of times when they say you praise and worship God, it feel like you're somewhere else, or it makes you feel different. You want to stay there because there's no problems bothering you at that time. There's no pain bothering you at that time. There's nobody getting on your nerves. You're not getting on nobody else's nerves. It's just you and God, and that's it. No kind of thing. And you just want to stay there. You feel protected. You feel safe. You feel good. You know what I mean? But you know, you know, you won't be there forever or always, but that's one place you go to the location. They say go to your happy place. I remember when I was getting counseling when my husband died. The guy he said this is something he do to people on the army, the counselor, and he said he was telling me what make. I said every time I see Mitch or think about my baby, all I can see is sickness and stuff. And we both was battling a serious illness. He had colon cancer, but he didn't look sick until it was almost time for him to go, go with God. But it was like almost 3 years he had this colon cancer. But that's all I couldn't remember the wedding. I could remember it, but that's not what I could see in my head. I see sickness, illness, or even though I was his caregiver and being sick myself and still taking care of him, took time off from work. And even when I worked the full time day, everything, went to his treatments and he went to mine. I mean, he took good care of me too. But the thing is, I couldn't think of none of the good stuff. All I could think of was that. So he did something where he told me, what is a good thought? Or tell me something good that happened between you. When he said that, it looked like the other thing left and the good thing came in my head. I was so glad because I could not shake that thing or that feeling. So you got to do what works for you, and get the help you need or whatever it is that you are supposed to get. You know what I mean? You know, I know our people don't always go to counseling or deal with counselors, and people will say, "Oh, you're crazy if you do that." But sometimes that thing will save you. When my sister passed too, my husband and my bishop wanted me to go, Archbishop wanted me to go to counseling. So I went. And, one time I went and I ended up counseling the person because I was a social worker too. But another time, the lady wasn't a help to me. But what I needed her to help me with is I had to realize that my sister wasn't coming back. And nurse counseling can deal with that. I mean, at least I didn't feel it could at the time. You know what I mean? Because I had to come to grips with it myself. And I had to, and I did. But the thing about it, uh, I had the one counseling session with her. But when my husband passed, I put my own self in counseling because I already had an idea, knew what it was like. And my doctor referred me, Dr. John, who was on my show before, he referred me to an excellent Mr. Sobel. So, I ain't mad at it. You get excellent people and doctors. All of them not quacks. I know growing up, I ran into a lot of quacks, and I didn't trust doctors in them for a long time because my parents died young and early, and they were ill. And so it took me a while to learn that there were good ones out there, and you do need your checkups and stuff, and check your body out and everything. And herbs and holistic stuff, they do a lot of help too, and relax stuff, a nice tea and all of that. And sometimes getting rid of the caffeine. I used to have one cup of coffee and I was happy with that, and I didn't have to have it a lot. But every time I worked in a restaurant or where places where people had coffee all the time, I had to drink coffee. But lately, when I had coffee, it's hurting my stomach now. It has never done that, so either it's too strong. So I'm used to drinking it weak. So I don't know what it is, but sometimes you have to change that too. Change that diet, more fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. And you'd be surprised. I had to change so many things. Even when I talked about workshops on one of my shows, one of them was nutrition. And I learned so much by reading the labels and stuff like that and doing so many things to make me feel better. Who knew? I one time I I was a vegetarian. I've been everything. A vegetarian. I've been all kind of things in different diets. Eating the portion, right portion, all of that. I slept better, felt better. Even when I stopped eating meat for certain amounts of time, or just changing stuff, not too much starch, and more running or more swimming. More fresh air, relaxing more. You know what I mean? And stop stressing. And I felt so much better. So you'd be surprised. Reach out. All right. The fourth thing is reach out. And most often, activities can be done with others. This is a good way to meet people who share your interests or to discover new interests. And if you already have responsible friends, enjoying new activities together can be a fun way to stay in touch. Yeah, so many things bring people together: weddings, babies, uh, funerals, uh, things like that, tragedies. But it's nice to come together when there's a family reunion, a birthday party, the holidays, or just for no reason. I just wanted to see you. I just wanted to talk to you. I just missed you. And then you got a new friend and you find out y'all like so many of the same things. Oh, that makes you feel good. You know what I mean? So because some people, they don't get it or don't want to be bothered with it or say, that ain't my thing, girl. No, I don't want to talk about that. But you got to say, girl, me too. What, child? Yes. I said yes. So I love running into people that was an actress or like to sing or write or like helping people. You don't have to be just like me, but it's funny when you meet somebody like that, you recognize so much stuff and you go, oh my goodness, oh, she's crazy like me, or they're funny like me, or they quiet like me, or they bored like me, whatever, blind like me, in a good way, you know what I'm saying? Over the top like me, you know what I'm saying? Sensitive like me, you know what I mean? Loving on myself, or whatever it is. It's nice to have things in common, and it's nice to do things with people. It really do keep you out of any trouble that you didn't want to be in. So whether it is drugs, whether it is depression or loneliness, doing something with somebody just makes you feel better and good. Sitting there by yourself can make you in trouble. Because I know I'm saying, I'm gonna eat this, I'm gonna do that, And I ain't thinking about all of the problems it causes after I eat it, and you feel bad or sick, then you're sorry. You know what I mean? You don't want that to be with anything dealing with your mind, body, and spirit, because that's gonna bother you. So that means I might have eaten this, but now it's gonna bother my spirit, it's gonna bother my mind, and it's definitely gonna bother my body. You know what I'm saying? So stay encouraged, stay engaged, be on top of your stuff. You know what I mean? Get the help if you need help. Use the resources if they're out there. And they are. Dig, look, find, 311 it, Google it, ask somebody. Go to a place where you think they might know. Call something. You know what I mean? Dial something up. Okay, so thank you for this time and space. I usually finish in 30 minutes. Sometime lately I've been doing it less, but this time I went to like 31 minutes. So, but thank you, and be well, be blessed. Keep your heart, mind, body, and spirit. May God keep you and bless you. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but God shall deliver us out of them all. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusted in him. And that makes me smile, and that makes me relax, and that makes me feel good all over. A billion blessings. Be for victory, and thank you. And good night, good day, good evening, goodbye. Shando Roshia Rabashe.